Oh, hey guys, what's up? It's a Raging Phoenix here, and so today I'm gonna be teaching you how to solve the F2L. So F2L is a part of the cfop solving method. The cfop is a little more advanced than the beginner's method and is basically used for little more competitive cubers. And F2L is basically stands for first two layers. So all you need to do is make the cross which stands C, then F2L, first two layers, F, O for orientation of the last layer, and P for permutation of the last layer. And for the F2L, all you need to do is make the cross and then insert this, which is an F2L pair. These two pieces, when joined together, make an F2L pair, which can then be inserted to make an F2L. This video may not be recommended for the beginner cubers, but if you have not already learned the beginner's method, I'll recommend you learn that and then move on to cfop if you're a little more passionate about cubing. So the first step to get the F2L is to actually make the cross. You'll make it as you normally do in the beginner's method, and then we'll move on to making the first two layers. So as you see here, I've made the cross and now we have to make edge pairs. So basically we have to take the edge and its corner, and we have to match it such that both colors match. Like what I'll be doing here. Here I have managed to match this piece. These two is called an edge pair. So by a simple move, you can insert it into its place. Like this, we have to make all four edge pairs and then we are done with the F2L. So once you have made an F2L pair, which I'll be teaching you later, you need to learn how to insert that F2L pair into its correct spot. So as you see here, I've already made one pair, and now all you need to do is take the pair's corner, put it above its corner and look at the white. So once you're looking at the white, so if it's on this side, you can just insert it like this, but in this case it's on this side. So all you do is a U, R and a U prime, R prime. And now as you can see, it is inserted. So what if it happens to be on the right side, the white side? So all you do is just the opposite of that algorithm. U prime, L prime, U, L, and it's inserted like this. So you may get many cases in the F2L pair, and the first is an already formed F2L pair. So all you need to do is just insert it and you're done with that. So the second case can be like this. So you need to take the corner, you need to put it above its spot, and now you need to check for the edge. So if it's on the top and like this, you have to see what colors are on top. So they are same colors on top, so this is a matching pair. So what do you do for this? You take it to the side. So basically you cannot move it here as you cannot see the white over here. So you have to move it over here. As you can see, there's the white there, and then you gotta move it down, then take this just next to the corner where it was and then move it back up. As you can see, the F2L pair has been made, and now you can insert it like you'll normally do. So what if you got to move it to the left? It's the same thing. You have to move it to the left so that you can see the white piece when you're looking at it diagonally, and then move it down. Get this piece to next to the corner where it was, and then just move it back up. And now just insert it and you're done with the second possible case. So now moving on to the next case, which is when there are opposite colors on the top and there is no white. So for this, you will have two cases. One is when this piece is here, then you basically hold your finger on here between the corner and the edge. If you hold it here, it won't be in between, so you need to hold it over here and check where the white is. If it is not parallel to your finger, then it is the easier case, which is a direct insert. And if it's not parallel, then you can get a case which will take just a few moves to fix it. So now, as you see, it is a parallel case, so all we can do is take this like this. We have to take it in its spot. It's here, so we just move it towards it. If it was here, we need to just move it towards there, but since it's here, we just move it towards here, and then we get a match. And instead of making the match away and putting this back down and inserting it again, you can just do a U move and insert it. So now you're done with the first case of the opposite colors. So as you see here, you keep your finger in between both of the edges and the corners. So now you see that this is not parallel. So what you do for this case is move it onto any of the following sides. You can move it to the right or the left and do what you'll normally do in the other step, which is get it down. But instead of getting it next to the piece, you just move it here. That's because if you move it here, this will be now parallel towards the line. So you can do this and you can move it here. And be sure not to move it here, as then it will just insert it into there. So now you do this like this. Be sure not to move it here, as that will touch. Not here, because it will touch here and it will push it behind. It has to be here or here, and as it was already here, you have to now put it over here. So then you can bring it back up. Then you can see it's a simple insert, and then you can do it's the same case what we have done before in the first case of the opposite colors. So now this is the last possible case you can get, where instead of opposite colors you have a white on top. So when you have a white on top, it's a pretty simple case, and all you need to do is look at the edge instead of the corner this time. So take the edge and make a match. You can't put it here as there's no match. You have to make a match with the centerpiece. And then as the corner goes here, you have to move it exactly opposite. If you move it here, that will affect these pieces, which are already made into a pair, and that will affect the entire F2L. So you move it this side, and then you take this corner and put it just above the thing that you put down right now. And then as you see, it's a pair, and then you can insert it like you'll normally do. So here comes some special cases. Like as you see here, the corner is inside its pair. It's in its correct slot, but it's not on the top layer. So it's none of the cases we have already done before. So for all of this we need to do is to move it up. So if we move it up here, it will not work, as it will join together in a wrong way. So you can do is move this piece out of this way. So we move it out of the way, we bring it back up, and we put this place in its slot. So why do we put this place? Because it contains neither the corner or the edge that we need to match up. So nothing goes inside this slot. And now you can just pair it like you'll normally do. And then we are done with the first special case for the F2L. So here's the second special case. In here you see the edges inside. This is also done the same way that you'll do the other special case, which is to get it outside the way, push it up, get the place which doesn't have either of them, and then put it down. And then you can normally insert it with your before's algorithms. So now comes one of the little bit more trickier ones, which is when it's correctly together, but it is not matching, as this corner needs to be rotated. So for this thing, it's a simple step. like you'll normally do, get the corner above its slot, and then you just do a move like this. You can't do it this way as this will move the edge too, so you just move it this way, and then you get the empty slot in its place, and then you move it back down so that it doesn't affect the cross. And now, as you can see, it's a case we can normally do with our Before's algorithms. So once you're done with all of these, you can finally see the first two layers is done in a quick and easy method. And though it may be a little more confusing than the beginner's method, it will make you faster as it's more recommended for higher level cubers. F2L is just one of the parts of cfop. So if you want to learn the rest parts, please be sure to see my others videos which will be coming out soon enough. And thanks for watching, and please be sure to see the other videos about the cfop tutorial containing the PLL and the OLL stages. And be sure to like, subscribe and comment all of your doubts below, and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as possible.